Hi, welcome to Nourished. I'm Caitlin Hatch, a certified Essential Somatics educator. Essential Somatics is a mindful movement practice that helps you regain control over the muscles in your body so that you can move through life pain-free with mastery and joy. In these videos, I will teach you the foundational movements that Essential Somatics has to offer and explain to you not only how the movements can help you move out of pain, but how this daily practice will help you move more freely with greater range of motion and efficiency in your everyday life. The power to heal yourself is a gift, and Essential Somatics teaches you how to do this. So we start each practice with a Soma Scan. Soma means that first-person perspective. Only you know how it feels to be you. So we want to start each practice with a snapshot of what we are feeling in our body, so we have something to compare and contrast it to during our practice and at the end of practice. This is a wonderful way to start sensing the changes that are happening in our bodies as we continue to do our practice throughout the days and weeks ahead. So I invite you to join me in our Soma Scan. So go ahead and lie down on a hard surface. Wood floor is fine, you can use the yoga mat, carpet is fine. You can do this in a softer surface, but you'll get more feedback if you use a firmer surface. Go ahead and lie down on the mat. We're going to start to bring our awareness down into our feet. What is the weight of each foot on the ground? Where is the weight being distributed on our heels? Does one foot feel that it's weighted more heavily into the floor than the other? If so, that might indicate that there is a slight rotation happening up in our pelvis. Does one leg feel longer than the other? Again, that might indicate that there is a hiking or a rotation happening in our pelvis. Bringing that awareness up through the legs. And what is the weight of the pelvis on the floor? Is there more weight on one side of the pelvis versus the other? Does one hip feel that it's hiking up toward an armpit, or perhaps being pulled long down toward the foot? Or perhaps one hip feels like it's rolling up toward the ceiling or pushing a little bit more firmly into the ground. Not trying to change anything here. We're just collecting information, gathering up data about what can we sense and feel. And if you're having a hard time sensing and feeling anything, that's okay. This is a process. And the more we practice, the more we'll be able to sense and feel within our body. Bringing that awareness into our hands. Are your palms facing down on the floor? And if so, that might indicate that there's a rounding of the shoulders up off of the ground. You might feel that your shoulders aren't near the ground at all. If your palms are facing the sides of your body, you might feel that your shoulder blades are lying a little bit more flatly on the floor. And if your palms are faced up toward the ceiling, it might indicate that the shoulder blades are actually contracting slightly in the back of the body, pulling the shoulders open. And then bringing that awareness into your low back. Is there an arch in your low back? And if so, how big is that arch? And you can even slide a hand underneath you if you'd like to kind of give yourself a little bit more feedback about what that space looks like and feels like between your back and the floor. And then bringing that awareness up into the neck. Is there tension in the neck? Is the head tipping up toward the ceiling? Is that chin being drawn up toward the ceiling or down toward the chest? Perhaps the head is tipping to the right or the left of center. You can go ahead and explore that a little bit. Go ahead and allow your head to gently just roll to the right, just a little bit, not straining or over-efforting any of these movements. Come back to center and gently tip your head to the left. Is this side easier or more challenging to gently rock to that side? And come back to center. And then go ahead and place one hand on your low belly and the other hand on the lower part of the rib cage. And just sense and notice, where is the breath coming into your body? Maybe the breath is only up in the chest. Perhaps you feel the expansion of the rib cage in the front of your body and perhaps even down into the belly. And then draw your hands across to either side of the rib cage and sense and notice if you feel the breath expanding the muscles between the ribs on the sides of your body. And again, not trying to force the breath to do anything different than what it's just doing naturally. We really want to know, what is our pattern? What is what we do every day, all day long? What does that look like and what does that feel like? So that we can begin to start noticing the changes that will happen within the body as we continue to do our practice. And then you can even sense and notice into the back of our rib cage and feel at the floor, feel the back of your rib cage. And is the breath expanding in the back of the body? And that is our Soma Scan. That's our snapshot photo of where our body's at this moment in time. And I will see you in the next video for our first movement. Thanks for joining.